Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Fee and Drew Show. One marriage, 2 children, 1 dead dog. Whew, how are you going?
Can I be honest?
Yeah, be honest.
I'm a bit tired today.
Okay, yeah.
But what I'm worried about now that I've said that everyone's going to just turn
off. Don't turn off. It's in the title. It's not. It's the dogs die. We get tired. Things happen.
Well, we won't call it I'm tired today though, because people might just go, no, I'm not going to look at that.
In all honesty, we tried to take. We got halfway through and went, what was it? Was junk?
It was diabolical.
Rubbish. We're yelling because we're trying to find energy.
No, see, I was yelling at him because I was trying to lift him up because he's tired too.
So there we go. There we're at. But hang in. It's going to be a good show.
Well, we
Who
hope
knows?
so. We don't.
We'll find
Is
out.
it?
Yeah.
It will be.
Yeah.
Now
All
that
right.
we've organised ourselves. We went for a walk.
We did.
A walk is good.
It's good.
A walk clears your head.
I bounced the tennis ball.
He always has to take something with you. What is it about that?
But I don't know why there's a problem with that. Why
Okay. Well, what it stems from, doesn't it? And I don't know if any of you guys ever have this problem. I say to Drew, let's go for a walk. And he finds walking boring. That's what it comes down to. So if he hasn't got something to do, he finds me boring.
It's not that. No.
Explain then.
The process, just walking is boring. Should be running or biking. But if you're walking, if you have a tennis ball, the tennis ball's the solution. I'm happy to go for a walk. If I can bounce a tennis ball, then I'll talk to you all day long.
But when we walk,
yeah,
it's because then I can talk, because I can't run and talk.
Okay.
Like I know
Fair.
Jackie McKenzie can.
Yeah.
Kelly and I, when we used to do triathlon training with her, or Kelly still does it, she would go running and take us like for a one, like this big run, 8Ks, and Jackie would just talk the whole way through. And Kelly and I would just be going, like I don't know, how do you do that? So that's why I say let's go for a walk, because then I can talk.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's okay. I'm all right. So long as I can take a tennis ball.
Okay,
All right. What are we doing today?
Go.
We are doing
Well, let's just say, for people that haven't listened before,
this show is about us reconnecting, having some fun, having a laugh.
finding the joy.
Finding the joy, not getting caught up too much in dishes and school drop-offs and
We
pickups.
might have to do take 2 in a minute.
No, we're all right. And take 3, we're good. We're all good. Hang in there, we're good.
So what we do every week is we have some guides that we guide ourselves with to talk about. Some
Yes.
points, don't we? Because otherwise we do this. We just crap on and crap on.
And so we are doing a weekly touch point.
And then we're going to do walk down memory lane,
Yes.
15 to 20.
My goodness, we're going to explore Feast Thought Bubble.
Yep. And then Hunty's dinner time table life lesson.
A hot topic of the week.
Partner's request corner.
And finally, a G2 round out.
So
Right.
something we're grateful for.
Yep. What's your weekly touch point?
So last week I did a national day. What the national day is of Sunday, the 30th of May.
And Jacinta Smalley picked up on that maybe, or she found her own, and she's picked up National Gin Day in 2 weeks, so we're locked in for that.
Yeah, and then before and on Friday was National Hamburger Day.
But we transferred that to Saturday because we weren't quite feeling the hamburgers on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my national day today is there's a hole in your bucket.
We did this in take 1. I still don't get it in take 2. What, a hole in your
You
bucket?
remember that song? There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. Well, apparently that's a national day. And what you do is you find your buckets that have holes in it, and then you make them into something. So you can fill them up with sealant and you can make them into a flower pot, or you can do something like that. And then what you're meant to do is you're meant to do hashtag hole in my bucket, and you're meant to take a picture of what you've done with your holy bucket and to put it on the internet.
That day should have just been called, I can't think of a national day today, so I'm just going to make up.
Well, I thought we could do that almost, can't we?
We haven't got a hole with a bucket in it.
No, but what I'm saying is we could actually just make up our national day. So
Okay, what do we want to make today?
oh no, you've sprung it on me now.
I have, haven't I?
No, but I was thinking of doing that next week and saying this is Fee's National Holiday Day, and then I can just claim it.
Today is National Thong Day.
Thongs?
Thong, whichever option you want.
Thongs?
Thong,
Or flip-flop?
well, I don't.
Oh.
Your choice.
Oh dear.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
You started
right.
something there.
Let's do the next one then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, talking of thongs, we've got our walk down memory lane.
Oh yes. You can.
Do I go straight to the inappropriate
Yes,
story?
just go straight to that story.
Go straight to the
'Cause
inappropriate story?
Yeah, well, because you just talked about thongs.
Okay.
So that's going to make sense.
All right, so 15 to 20, I was young. I was in year 11 for 15, and then 16 I was in year 12. And that's what this jersey is about. This isn't the best item of clothing I could find today.
It almost is, actually. We need to do some shopping.
I went on a rugby trip. I was in an under-19 Victorian schoolboy trip, so I got the pink heath there. And this top is 28 years old.
Not showing your age at all.
Not showing my age at all. Yeah. And we toured to Canada and North America. Where does the thong thing come in?
Go, do your Canadian accent
No,
again.
no.
That was really funny.
I can't do a Canadian accent. I'm not going to do it.
It was really bad.
It's terrible.
That's why we cut, actually.
That was the point where we went, enough's enough.
No, we've got into accents and it's bad.
So this trip that I went on was an under-19 trip. So there's some older boys, some 18-year-olds. And I was so good at rugby, I was in it at 16. Someone actually got picked to do a TV show. He was an actor.
What?
And he pulled out. Like, he was going to all these castings, and then 3 weeks before the tour was meant to go, he got a show, and I got a late call up.
At the age of 16?
At the age of 16 for the under-19 Victorian schoolboys trip to go to Canada and North America. So I was 18, and
No,
so
you weren't. You were 16.
I was 16. The 18-year-old boys went to the nudie bar, the Shower O' Power in Vancouver, and I went, I'll have a piece of that.
Oh, that is so bad.
And I went,
I
there's
can't believe that you did that.
no way I'm going to get in at 16. And I got in, and I got 3 minutes of...
We'll have to find a photo of you at 16 to show how young you looked at 16. Like,
young.
I mean, I can't believe those bouncers on the nudie bar actually allowed you in.
So I got in for 3 minutes before I got carted out, but I got 3 minutes of boobs that I put in my head. It's great. Boobs and thong, all there, stuck in there. Don't
And
you worry.
that's not flip-flops.
That's not flip-flops. So,
I can't believe you're doing that.
so after that, we got kicked out, and the guy said, hey, no, we can get a fake ID. So we went down the road and spent half an hour taking pictures, got a fake ID, went back to the Shower of Power, and they went, what are you doing, mate? You just got booted half an hour ago. But I had a fake ID for the next however many years, 2 years, where I was drinking underage as a 16, 17-year-old. I was 17 for the first half of first year
I
uni.
can't believe how proud you sound about that. Imagine if our boys came home and Ollie said to you, because Ollie's 15 at the end of this year,
Yeah.
and said, guess what, Dad? I've had a fake ID for the last 3 years and I've been drinking beers. You'd be like, what?
So when the boys hear this and have our conversations, we'll have the conversation and go, well, no, I
Could
spoke...
be a life lesson.
But I spoke to Mum about that. Mum wasn't oblivious to the fact that I was having
Of course
beers
not.
and stuff.
Not when she'd forced you into school at the age of 4. It's her fault.
It's rugby.
It's actually her
that
fault.
too. There's rugby, so there's drinking.
That's what everyone does. Always blame it on your parents.
Yeah.
Let's just blame it on your mum.
Yeah.
Her fault. Yeah, that's easy.
15 to 20, you said you had
15 to
nothing.
20,
So I'm
no.
going to Q&A
Well,
for you. Okay.
Okay, no, I've got a couple of things.
Yeah.
So, as everyone knows, I was very into my horse riding, my ponies. Yes, Daddy bought me ponies.
I don't think everyone knows, but... Yeah.
Yes, well, that's what I was. And so when we went for a walk, I remember we went on a pony club camp. And so what we did is there was like the senior, I guess I was in the senior girls sort of area, and they were holding a gymkhana. So for people who don't know what gymkhana is, it's basically a mini horse show. But just at the pony club event.
Just say mini horse show.
Yeah, mini horse show.
Yeah.
And so that day, everyone had spent ages cleaning their horses and grooming them and making them look beautiful so that in the morning when they woke up, the horses would be beautiful and clean and they could put their saddles on and they can all ride around and win ribbons at this show, yeah? So what we decided to do as the older girls, there's about 6 of us, we broke into the kitchen at this pony club camp. We got a big bag of carrots, the biggest one we could find, and we went out into the paddock. And we know all the horses quite well. So we laid the bag of carrots out and called them all over, and they came over and ate, and we sprayed most of them pink.
Jeez.
Yeah, with pink hairspray. It was pretty cool. But because we were young, we didn't actually really think that maybe we should spray our own horses a little bit. So in the morning when all the little kids woke up and they were devastated and crying because their horses were like pink, the ones that weren't pink, it was pretty obvious who had done it. And that was us. I know, pretty stupid, isn't it?
So Fee was painting horse...
But not entirely pink. Like, that would be really weird. We'd have a lot of hairspray, if anyone knows the size of a horse. But we did do some really cool, like, pink squirts all over them. And then the other thing we did, which was I thought was even funnier, was while they were asleep, we went in and we had bright red lipstick and we put little dots on their face and they'd sort of feel it. You know, like if you feel something at night and you sort of wipe, like you half sort of wipe away. So these kids didn't just wake up.
Oh, you did it to the children. I thought you were saying you did it to the horses. Going, how's the horse wipe its face?
What?
Yeah.
No, to the children. So not only did the children wake up and see their pink horses, they were also quite traumatised because they all looked like they'd scratched their faces and been bleeding all night because they had red lipstick all over their faces. I wasn't very nice, was it?
No, my goodness.
It's a bit mean.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, different to going to nudie bars and getting fake IDs.
Very different.
Yeah.
You can tell who had parents that were good.
Having go at my mum? Oh! Just call my mum bad. Jeez,
don't listen, Mara. I'll send your mum a message and say, don't listen to this episode. She'll tell me off.
So what happened after school?
After school? Oh, no. School, no.
No, not after hours at school, after year 12.
Oh, I went and did...
got home, I had something to eat.
I didn't pass my HSC.
Yeah.
I don't care about telling people that because I'm old now.
Yeah.
And actually, I was very honest about it from the word go. And there were people that weren't, which is really interesting, isn't it?
Oh, that failed and lied?
That we went to area, so people that will not have a clue what I'm talking about, but there's this nightclub in Croydon that we used to all go to.
Classic.
And I was going out with a boy then whose dad was a parent at the school. So he'd already seen the list of who'd passed and who'd failed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we went down to area, everyone was going, oh, how'd you go? And I said, oh, yeah, I failed by 3 points, which is really annoying. Don't know why they couldn't have just given me 3 points, but anyway, I didn't. And I was quite honest about it, and everyone went, oh, don't worry, Fee, you'll find something to do. And I wasn't worried because I knew I'd find something to do. It didn't bother me at all. I wasn't really a university student. But there were people that were coming in there that had failed, that we knew had failed, that were telling furfies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you know what? I sort of get that because I think the pressure of year 12 and even now still is massive. Like it's just, you just think when you're at school that is your life. Like I'm sure there's parents out there now that are going through that whole thing where their children have gone through year 12 or year 11 at the moment and it's everything to them,
I think
it really is. It can be really stressful. So I sort of understand why people didn't want to admit that
if you've got,
at that age.
if you're really clear on what you want, if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, architect, whatever it is that if you're really clear on what you want to do or think you want to do, then you've got to perform during that year. I was young. I was 16 at the start of year 12, and I'm choosing subjects that are going to get me to a course that's going to determine what I do for the rest of my life. I didn't have a clue.
I know.
Didn't have a clue at
that's
16.
What I mean, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying I sort of understand why they maybe did that because they didn't feel comfortable owning it at that stage. But I can understand it. But then what that made me do is, so I ended up getting a job and I ended up doing dental nursing and I got qualified. And what that actually allowed me to do was with those badges, I could work anywhere in the world. So I got offered a job in Oman. And I didn't take it up, though, because they said if you come there, you had to follow the rules. And, it was basically long sleeves on things, no drinking. So I was like, I'm 18. Oh, yeah, sorry, I like wine. I don't think that'll work. And so it allowed me to then take my next step later, the next 10 years, and go and venture overseas. So it was actually quite good. So it worked out quite well for me. That's why I'm saying, don't stress. I know it's easy to say, but there is other options out there.
So I think you were more purposeful than me. Schooling came easily to me.
Yep.
I got really good grades, and so I never had to learn how to study. Then I got to year 12 when the volume came up and I hadn't learned any habits and I got caught out and I got nowhere near the marks I should have. I thought I wanted to be a physio. I didn't really know, didn't get the marks for that. So then I went in and did a undergraduate science degree. I thought I would do a year of science and get across to physio. Problem was I was playing rugby and I was drinking beer and I failed.
And you were 17.
And I was 17 and I failed 5 out of 8 subjects at first year uni. I got to the exams. Like I turned up. I wasn't a bad person. I was still going to the classes because I had nothing else.
But you were going with a hangover.
No, with a hangover.
That's not good.
And then I got to the exams and I go, I've seen all this, but you reckon I can remember of it? No. Any of it? No chance.
No.
So
recall was not there.
Yeah, so I was fumbling my way through it.
You still had images of boobs and beers in your eyes, didn't you? That's
all
the whole
day
thing.
long. That's more exciting than clinical biochemistry. Oh my goodness.
I don't blame you.
So I fumbled my way through the early years of a science degree, and I came good third yearish, did some clinical biochemistry. I liked the study of that and But anyway, I'm still more interested in drinking beer, you know.
I think most people were at that age.
But I was drinking beer because I wasn't into what I was doing. I had no idea. It was kind of a stressful time. I didn't know what my life was going to be, you know.
Yeah. Favourite song?
Favourite song? Counting Crows, Mr. Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You?
Love Shack, B-52.
Was it really your favourite one?
I freaking love that song. That song would come on and we'd go nuts on the dance floor. Oh, yeah, it was great. I think it's a real girl song. Loved it.
No, didn't like it.
And then Bangles, like that.
No.
Walk Like an Egyptian. Don't you remember going like that?
Did you dance to, in the nightclub, the nut bush? And everyone got down and did that. That used to irritate me so much.
Maybe a couple of times,
but
it just annoyed me,
good.
I think.
Yeah.
So, no, not really. I want to say no.
Serious boyfriends up to 20?
Yeah, Maddie Hoth. Hello, Maddie.
How long were you with him?
A couple of years. He was before I went overseas.
Oh, that's serious.
Yeah. He was great. He's a lovely bloke.
Yeah. But not marriage material, obviously.
Well, no, because I left and went to the UK.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. But he was going to come. Anyway, that's the story. We don't talk about that one. I might cry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, move on. Don't worry about that. I had my first girlfriend, 4 months. She lasted. She was lovely. She was great, actually. Pretty, athletic, funny.
Yeah.
She's pretty good. But all I was thinking...
Good. Good. Yeah. Wait, you're a gold star or something? It's like you've got ratings. Oh, did you have ratings?
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, names as well. She never got a bad name, actually. Most girls got a name.
What does that mean?
It doesn't matter. But when I was with her after 4 months, I could see myself double dating, and I could see myself with a house. I was bored, is what I was trying to say. I was much more interested in drinking beer with the boys and picking up other girls. So it's nothing to do with her. I just wasn't interested.
But you didn't pick up any other girls because you just waited for me.
That's it. We met each other in year 11 or something. We were in the band at school together.
Oh, in the last one before this, you asked me. You said, "Where did we meet?" And I went, "I don't know."
I don't actually remember
the
day I first laid eyes on you. I don't know. But I remember we played the flute together, and I thought you were irresponsible because you never learned the parts. Because you learnt through Suzuki, and you would just listen and repeat.
Yeah.
I thought that was terribly irresponsible.
I thought it was very clever, actually.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't talk to each other in band.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you left flute and went to French horn section.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you wanted to go and sit next to Natasha, didn't you? Didn't you like Natasha?
No, she was oboe.
Oh,
I didn't like her. No, she was too studious.
Oh, Claire Eaton in
Claire
French
Eaton was
horn.
nice, yeah. Claire Eaton went to the year 12 date. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. That'll do us, I think. Let's move on.
There we go.
That was a walk down memory lane. All right.
That was.
What's your thought bubble?
Thought bubble this week is... Oh, yeah. My thought bubble this week is for everyone to have a think about what actually really makes them emotional in a positive way. So last night we were watching Lego Masters, and I'm sure everyone else has watched Lego Masters. We're a bit behind the time. We're watching the replays of it.
No spoilers, thank you.
And the thing is that what I love so much about this show is actually the guy who's called Brickman. And for those of you that don't watch it, it's a guy who actually is completely passionate about Lego, and he's one of the top builders. I think he's the number one builder in Australia.
He's the only registered Lego master in the Southern Hemisphere.
So he's massive. And what he does is when he says, because he chooses, who wins and who doesn't. And last night he had to say goodbye to these two ladies who had done really, really well, and their mums, and they'd enjoyed that. And he actually couldn't finish his sentence when he was trying to do it because he gets so emotional about the fact that he loves Lego and these people love Lego just as much as he does. And he can't actually physically say goodbye to them. And it made me think, what is it that you're that passionate about? Like, how often do we find something in life that we could actually hold our hand on our heart and say, that actually physically makes me well up with pride? Like, no, I'm not talking about sadness. Yeah. I'm talking about like feeling really good.
What is it for you?
Well, horses.
Okay.
I love horses. I'd do anything. I wanted to be a vet.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no way I was going to be that with my HSC results failing by 3 points.
Well, not that way around. The
vet people were not going to let me in. It didn't happen. But I wanted to be a vet so I could be in an equine vet. So because I just love horses. I remember going into a paddock one day and I was feeling a bit blue and a bit down and everything like that. And I walked in, and Snoz, my horse, he was lying down on the ground, and he looked up, and I just said, "Hey, it's only me." And I walked into the paddock, and I lay down on his tummy and just lay there and just felt his rib cage moving up and down with his breath. And it was just lovely, like just so calming, such a happy, happy space for me. It's just lovely. And that's what I want everyone to think about. That's my thought bubble for this week, is I want everyone to think about what was that moment where you were truly just happy and just feeling really, really calm and good about it.
There we go.
There you go.
Feast thought bubble.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
So what are we up to now? Your life lesson for this week.
Life lessons. All right. I think I had to write this down because, like many of my dinner table life lessons, I never actually get to the point. I just start rambling. This week...
You always make me choke on my coffee.
This week we went pretty deep. The boys, it was at the dinner table. The boy, Ollie said, "Oh, it was National Sorry Day. It's National Reconciliation Day for the Indigenous Australian population, where the government said sorry for atrocities gone past." And so I started asking the boys how they felt, what they thought about certain things. Anyway, we went deep. We went into all Indigenous societies and needing to roam, and then adventure, and then where do you draw the line between that's my land and that's your land? Because people having wars and battles and overtaking people and stuff, that's happened
and it's still happening now
since the end of time, because I was telling them we're just animals, and that's what animals do. They look after their own. So we did a bit of that, and then we got.
Are you going to bring in the reference of the tiger and the deer again?
No, I can do better than that. But then we got to religion. So we did people's things, and then religions, because we were talking about the people colonising were trying to enforce Christianity on the Aboriginals, and then we're going, well, where does that story of Christianity come from anyway? And then they had the Dree time, and just religion is just people making sense of the world. So we went deep there.
Yep.
And then you came swooping in after the gym and hijacked my conversation, and then started talking about the Bible is the bibliography of something. I don't know. Then you started going on about your podcast, and you hijacked my thing. And then Ollie went, when we get a new dog, do we put a doggy door in the glass or in the fly wire? So he was gone. He was, and I laughed when he started with going, that's really deep. But
I reckon the people that are listening right now have probably already gone off and
they're thinking about doggy doors
as well.
What I wanted to get to eventually was what I got from it when I walked away and no one was listening.
Everyone had glazed over.
I had to write it down. Is like, there's no right or wrong. There's just the reality of your context.
No, but I think you're allowed to sort of still say that mistakes have been made.
Oh, no, I got way past that.
Oh, yeah, no, but I'm just saying, but like in the grand picture of things, you can say mistakes have been made and we learn from those mistakes, hopefully.
That was just the start of the conversation. It wasn't my life lesson. My life lesson was... my life lesson is you can't say
that fast.
This is what I believe, and then therefore you should or shouldn't or anything. It's just everyone's thoughts and their reality of their world are related to the context of where they grew up and what they know. It's
very true.
There we go.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Right. Partners Request Corner.
No, it's not. It's not. It's like
hot topic of the week. Hot topic of the week last week.
See, this is why we write it down, because you forget. You're just jumping things now.
Hot topic of the week was
lunchbox
suggestions, and the reason we only got 2 responses. Thank you to our mothers. You can rely on them, can't you?
They're the only ones who listen to it, so it doesn't matter.
It was a hard question because we don't know what to do in lunchboxes.
Yeah.
What do we get from your mum? Liz, come on.
I can't remember.
Cruskets and cheese.
Yeah, but Lockie loves that.
He does.
He does actually love it, Mum, so you've done well.
Yeah.
What did your mum say? Alpha sprouts and something.
My mum went chicken, strawberry, alfalfa on brown bread. She did it a couple of times and got some great reviews from one of our teachers, and I think she's trying to sell that off as that's what she did every day.
We could call that the Mara sandwich.
The Mara sandwich.
We'll call that, we've named it. There you go, the Mara sandwich. When I make it, I'm going to call it the Mara sandwich.
All right, there we go.
I think that's very good. That's dedicated to you.
Tuck shop works well. That's always better than anything that's coming from home.
You won't let the boys have tuck shop.
I know. Yeah, they got to suffer like I did. No tuck shop. What did you get? What was your tuck shop order? I had the same order every time.
Oh, no.
No?
Winter time was different to summer.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I always liked a 4 and 20 pie.
Yep.
Because they're just good.
Yeah, of course they are.
You know, just go to the footy, you have a 4 and 20 pie. Oh no, that's a story for next time.
Okay. I had sausage roll, similar, and chocolate jam donut every time.
No, I don't think I was into the chocolate jam donut so much. I like cinnamon donuts.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they're the best.
All right.
Ate quite a few of those in my age, from 15 to 20.
Here we go. Right, this week's hot topic of the week, and we might talk about it a little
Oh,
bit so
yes.
people can get there. I think we didn't talk about the hot topic of the week enough to get people thinking. So,
People know what lunch boxes are.
Oh, I don't know.
They
It was just a
all
boring
cried.
it was all boring
No, but they all
conversation.
just cried.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, because everyone feels the same as we did.
What's this week's hot topic of the week?
This week's hot topic is to go grey or not in your hair. Okay. So do you think it's okay to grey? When do you think it's What
not
age
okay
do
to
you go
grey?
grey?
Do you dye for a little bit and then you go, well, now it's I
No.
couldn't be bothered now, and then is
Yeah.
it
Or
better?
do you dye forever?
Is it all right for men? Is it not all right for women?
Yeah.
I've got some thoughts.
I've got some thoughts too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will we share them now?
Okay, go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Men's fine, good as gold. It gives you character. I don't think men should be dyeing their hair. You look like fools when you do that, so don't do it. That's why I'm going with that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Owning that.
Oh, yeah, standing in
your
my
ground.
truth.
Wow,
Yeah,
there you go.
there you go.
See, I don't think men look like fools if they dye their hair.
Yeah.
I think the only time they look like fools is when they've got no hair like you and they try to dye it, because then it looks like they've got boot polish on their heads.
Well, yeah.
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 So I think that's probably what
Yeah.
you mean. Because there are some men that dye their hair and
Yeah.
you wouldn't even know.
No.
They look quite good.
And then just call
The
me.
reason this was brought up, though, let's go back to that, is
What is it?
because our children, turned around and said, Mum, why don't you let your hair go grey? I want to see what it looks like. And I went, never happening.
Not in your life.
Not going to happen. I'm going to be dyeing my hair until I die, literally.
So 93, you're still putting it.
Yep.
Still getting it done.
I'm doing Lita McKenzie.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Alex's mum, lovely lady. She has always, well, let's say her hair naturally goes blonde.
Yeah. Busted.
Naturally goes blonde, sort of brown in colour, but she looks lovely and she still looks really elegant with it. And I think what it is that if you're not going to go grey, you've got to go a colour that suits your skin tone. So like I see some women who dye their hair really, really dark black.
Yeah.
And as soon as the roots start to show, all you can see is grey. And it doesn't work. Well, that's just my personal opinion. So I think you've got to sort of go a little bit lighter, just gradually, to sort of blend in the greys. But then I've also got there's this really nice Instagram post that I'm on with this woman, and she's going grey naturally.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And she's probably about my age,
Yes.
maybe a bit younger. And she looks great with grey hair, but she's got grey with black hair still. So it sort of looks quite textured and stuff. So I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question. Grey or not?
We're covering the hot topics, the important issues.
Well, it's quite important to us, and that's what this podcast is about, you and me. So who cares?
Yeah. Jump in. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah. Grey or not, and what age?
All right. Partners
right.
Request Corner. How did we go on last week's request? Last week's request was I asked Fee to, in the morning and in the evening, say good morning, good night, you're the greatest human I know. How'd you go with that?
Yeah, so I had an issue with it.
Yeah, I know. I felt a lot of resistance all week. I felt it hard.
Oh, no, I thought I was doing fairly well.
Oh, you were trying, but it was not
The
coming from a
problem that
genuine place.
No, but the problem I said is I'm happy to say you're the greatest man I know.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or husband.
You
I
still
think I
couldn't
said
find the
husband.
words husband is all you
husband.
got the best you got.
Because when you said the greatest human, I had hesitation because I reckon there's people that are much greater than you.
But then I asked who was your greatest person. You couldn't come up with it.
I did. I said Mahatma Gandhi.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did actually. And then I said probably like, there's lots. There's like Mahatma Gandhi and then be lots of other people. Like, really when you think about the greatest human, like.
Oh, maybe doing a little bit more than me.
I think there's other people
Yeah.
that have done a bit more than you.
Yeah, yeah.
Einstein,
Yeah.
pretty good human.
Yeah.
Who else can we think of? I don't know.
I was just wanting to give something, give me a bit of
So-
pep in my step, and
I
it didn't kind of work, did it?
Well, no, but I understand why you're doing it. So I did sort of say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a roundabout kind of a way.
And you had to say, what did you have to say?
Morning Princess Fiona.
Yeah, and you know what? The only time that you said it is when I'd actually said that first. And then you go, oh, yeah, morning, Princess Fiona.
We didn't have much luck on that.
No.
Did you have a request from me this
Yeah,
week? What
you were
was it?
meant to find
the
a
lashes.
scar. Have you done it?
Yeah. And You did that just to stitch me right up. That was a stitch up, like my stitch up around
I
doing
told you
doing
that
the
it
maths.
was because I said to you it's a minefield, and I said, and they're all different prices, and it's hard.
Okay, I've got absolutely no idea. You need to ask an expert about that. Here's some of the words that they used.
Oh my God, look at you.
Do you want a creamy finish? Do you want to nourish? Do you want pump and volume? Do you want to lift and lengthen, or do you want to define?
I told you that
You
I
said
wanted it
non-clumpy.
non-clumpy.
And?
Yep, and I said, and I want still the long lash look. And not too expensive.
Okay, so I lost my mind trying to.
See, it's really hard being a woman. This is why we have.
And I went to Vogue. I went to Vogue and asked them, and
Who?
Vogue Australia. Well, I didn't ask
You
them.
went to Vogue.
No, I just Googled it, but I asked Google to send me to Vogue to tell me about mascara.
Oh, since you imagine some bloke rocking up and knocking on the door of Vogue in Sydney going, "Hi, my wife wants to know which one's the best mascara."
Do you know what I think the real question was? Is you're asking how much can I spend on a mascara? I think
it wasn't that.
All I came up with.
I just wanted to give you something that was really challenging.
Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. I was never going to come up with anything.
I know.
You need to talk to an expert about mascara. But here's the thing. I reckon if you're putting anything around your eyes,
Yeah.
you don't want to be spending less than $50.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. I knew that'd make you happy.
No, it's not making me happy. I'm just curious because I reckon some of the best mascaras are actually like the Rimmel ones you buy at Coles, and they're like $12. So,
So
there you go.
you actually know what you're after. I've got no idea.
Well, I do, but I wanted to trick you. That was all part of the idea.
We've got to round this out. We're getting a bit long.
Okay.
What's this week's request from me? Oh, my request from you this week is I'm in Gladstone for 3 nights. Can you please set up the iPad at the dinner table so I can be virtually present?
Okay.
Because otherwise I won't get a life lesson in.
Oh, damn it. I know. What we'll do is we'll set you up, but I'll just mute you. And you can just pretend that you're talking, and we'll just be like, yeah.
Can you make a body and then just put me on the head?
Oh, yeah, that's really funny. That'll freak the boys out.
What's
I
your
don't know if I
request
can
of
do
me?
that. To write me a love letter.
Cool.
I think that'd be quite fun.
Yeah, and then I have to read it out.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've got to keep it clean. No talking about thongs or boobs.
Where do I go now?
There you go.
That's good.
I thought that's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Feeling the love.
Feeling the love.
Feeling the love. See, it's all about connection,
Yeah.
joy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
write me a love letter. Because he's quite good at writing.
Have I done that?
I don't know. That's why I suggested it, I think. I don't think you have. Anyway.
Right. Gratitude round out. I'm grateful this week. My body's starting to work. I had a look. This is the most exercise I've done for 3 months. My hip's starting to come good. And no, the gratitude piece is I need to be more grateful for my body that works instead of taking it for granted all the time. And what I've realised is I'm going to take more care of it. I am now going to, as an ageing athlete, do stretching and mobility and strength work after my wife's been suggesting maybe I should do that for the last 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. My gratitude is I'm really, really grateful to have parents that are healthy and well. And my mum turns 80 next month and my dad turns 86 in September. And both of them are still kicking goals, man.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And I'm just so grateful for that because I know there's so many of my friends that have lost their parents already or lost them when they were much younger. And I'm really, really grateful that we've still got, and Mara, you know, she's like 79 this year. And it's like we've still got our parents around. Oh, and your dad
Dad, yeah.
over there as well.
Yeah.
So he must be 80 this year.
No, he's a year younger than Mum.
Oh,
78.
is he? 78.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's what I'm grateful this year, this week, is that. Yeah,
Yep.
is the fact that they're fit and healthy. And I hope I'm going to be like that for the rest of my life too.
Sure.
That'd be really good.
Keep writing your love letters. Start writing your love letters.
Oh,
Keep
yeah.
me young.
Keep me young.
All right. I don't know how we went this week. That is what it is.
We're a bit tired today.
no,
but
it's
we're
all
allowed to own that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Remember? Stand in your ground.
Stand in your truth.
And stand in your truth and feel where you're at.
In marriages, you might have children. Dogs may die. It's what happens. Things happen.
Yeah.
There we go.
Keep writing love letters.
Can you please keep sending us the love? We love it. We've got like 70 followers now on the Fee and Drew Show. It's so nice of you to do that.
Yeah,
if you can
thank you.
share it, it'd be great. Thanks, Anna Willett, for sharing. That's lovely.
Over in Malaysia?
Yeah, subscribe, shares, likes, all that stuff. That'll be fantastic. We're really enjoying this and we'll keep doing it. And hopefully you're getting some joy out of it too.
Yep.
Done?
I think we're done.
All right, what are we going to say? That's it from us. One life.
Two big dreamers.
Go get a dog.
See ya.